Decide what sort of credit enhancements you might want to put in play also with a given customer and a given situation. There's lots of wonderful credit enhancements in the world that we can take advantage of. I think the important part is to know them. Know all of them. You may not use them on every customer at every given point in time, but you do need to have them in your toolbox and know what's out there and what's available when a given situation arises and presents itself. Personal guarantees. Personal guarantees are a very popular tool used in the credit profession. Most credit professionals would agree that a PG is a very effective tool used to reduce credit risk. A PG can create a sense of comfort with the creditor, especially if the creditor is shipping to an open account with no other security or leverage. So you can get these personal guarantees, and a personal guarantee is exactly that. It's a pledge by the individual to pledge their individual assets against the company's debt. As a best practice, you should require the personal guarantee to be notarized, because the main thing, it eliminates the argument or the claim by the debtor that their signature was forged and they didn't really sign that document and someone else did. If it's notarized, we make that argument and that claim go away. Also, with personal guarantees, we may want to consider filing a UCC. If we're getting a personal guarantee in place, we probably want to tie up the corporation's assets too. One thing to understand with a personal guarantee, as I said, it's the assets of the individual. Typically, in the world of business, the assets of the company are far more plentiful than the assets of the individual. So recognize we got a PG in place, understand what it is and what it is not. For one, there's no priority, and we don't know how many of these things are floating around the world. My debtor may have given me a personal guarantee, but they've also given them to 10 other parties. What's the priority of mine over the others? Well, there's no public registration like with the UCC filing. So what's the priority? Well, the priority would be whoever files suit first and gets the first judgment. So we want to be aware of that too. Also understand most of the states have homestead protections that protect their homes. We can't sue and you can't kick anybody out on the street and remove them from their house. So their largest asset may be excluded from the personal guarantee. So again, personal guarantees, a very good tool, but you want to make sure that you're tying them up with a UCC filing in all probability if you have that concern. The personal guarantor, who is often an officer of the company, typically they're going to pay closer attention to the debts that are personally guaranteed to avoid personal lawsuits for the collection of that debt. And then UCC filings as another credit enhancement. UCC filing elevates your status as a creditor to that above the general unsecured creditors. You'll have priority over the general unsecured creditors' claims. You've probably all gone through bankruptcies where you got 20 cents against your dollar. Well, you could have gotten paid in full if you had a UCC filing in place. You can also give yourself priority in your goods with the ability to repossess those goods upon your debtor's default. You'll be ahead of everyone else on your goods, other creditors, their bank, other UCC filers. A UCC also gives you protection against preferential payment claims, and it gives you a public record in case the debtor is looking to sell their business and maybe hasn't been as forthcoming about that intention as they should have been. That public record is going to help you in the event of that sale. Make sure you get security language in your credit app. It's about a paragraph that you need to put in there, and then once the customer signs it, you have the opportunity to file your UCC should you feel the need. And protect your mechanic's lien rights if you're providing goods and services to construction projects. In the event you're unpaid, you can file an encumbrance against the piece of property that you have improved. In all likelihood, the property won't be able to be sold. Banks won't want to contribute money for capital improvements because nobody wants to buy or lend money into a property that can be foreclosed out from under them. And that would be the situation. Our lien would allow us to foreclose on that property out from under them. Recognize in most states, the lien process has 3 steps: notice, lien, and suit. And in some of these states, Also recognize this notice may be required to serve very early in the life of the project, like 20 days from first furnishing, and missing those deadlines probably means we've lost our lien rights.